huge factor in creating a presentation is knowing how much time you actually have to present. This should always be in the back of your mind when you create a show. Because it's one thing to see your presentation on screen and another thing completely to speak your presentation out loud, you can and should rehearse the timing of your presentation long before you're in front of an audience. Timing and pacing is everything. So we can actually do that with built-in functionality. So I'm going to go to the slideshow ribbon tab and choose Rehearse Timings. Now, this is going to immediately launch my slideshow and start recording how much time I spend on each slide and the total elapsed time of my presentation. So let's go ahead and see what this does. I'm going to click Rehearse Timings. So here's my slideshow. Now notice in the top left, there's 2 times. Here's the intro slide. So this is where I could start talking, and I should just start talking out loud. For example, welcome to the No Obstacles Inc. New Hire Orientation. I'm so glad you're here, and so forth and so forth. Now, when I move to the next slide by hitting the right arrow key, the time on the left has changed. Now it's counting how much time I'm spending on this slide. The one on the right is keeping track of how much time I've taken up in my entire presentation. When I'm all done, I can hit the Escape key, and it's going to tell me what the total time for my slideshow was and ask me if I want to save the timings. I can save the timings, which is helpful if I do multiple iterations of practicing. I'm going to say no in this case. Now, things that you need to look out for is if you're spending too much time on a particular slide, this is probably a key point that you should break up the content into multiple slides. Alternatively, if your slide's just too short and it makes the timing awkward because of how little amount of time you spend on it, you can just get rid of that one. That's why it's called a rehearsal.